Jade 60. A good portion of the menu at this new restaurant is pure New York Steakhouse, 9 cuts of beef, surf and turf, whole chicken, and seafood platters. But the rest of the menu looks to Asia for inspiration, offering soup dumplings, chicken wontons, rock shrimp tempura, chicken yakitori, crispy spring rolls, and a deep list of sushi specialties. The restaurateur Stratus Morphagen, who has partnered with the former owner of Rothman's, Franco Moscato, for this venture, said this restaurant is not a typical Asian steakhouse, like the Korean and Japanese places around town. There's nothing Asian about the steaks, he said. But everything else is Asian. Skinny May, who was at Philippe and Julian Club, and Albert Diaz, who was the head chef at Zuma in London and Miami, run the kitchen. The 175-seat restaurant, dramatically done in grey and black with plush red banquettes and clusters of globe lights, has a bar on the ground floor, a dining room a half flight up and another dining room on the next level. It will serve lunch and dinner on opening day. Opens Tuesday 116 East 60th Street 212-256-1929, Jade60.com. Noodle bar at Brushstroke. You won't find ramen on the Kaiseki menu at Brushstroke, the Japanese restaurant in Tribeca where David Booley is a partner. But now, ramen reigns in the tiny area in the back of the restaurant that previously housed Eiji Ichimura's sushi counter. They're calling it a ramen speakeasy because there's no sign, so you have to know how to find it. The food a brief list led by bowls of tonkatsu ramen, and continuing with some inventive bowls like duck shashu and duck soup, roasted sweet corn soy sauce ramen, and Maine lobster udon is the work of Isao Yamada, the chef at Brushstroke, and Kyoji Noda, a tonkatsu master. Appetizers include the inevitable gyoza. There are 14 seats, with 8 of them at a counter. Reservations are not accepted. 30 Hudson Street, Duane Street, 212-791-3771, davidbooley.com. Yaso Tangbeo. This spot featuring Shanghai soup dumplings, with locations in downtown Brooklyn and Industry City, has branched into Midtown Manhattan. Other dumplings, noodle dishes, bao buns, rice bowls, and salads are also on the menu, to eat at communal tables or take away. 220 East 42nd Street 718-666-3338, yasotangbeo.com. Aviator Grill. A restaurant run by legends, which creates and manages restaurants in sports and entertainment locations, has been added to the Intrepid, the aircraft carrier museum moored in the Hudson River. Sandwiches, burgers, pizza, chili, onion soup, and sausage and peppers are served. Intrepid Sea, Air and Space Museum, Pier 86, 46th Street and 12th Avenue, www.intrepidmuseum.org. Surf Vic Rallo, a television personality and restaurateur, is opening a second location of his classic barbecue and wood-fired restaurant. The first Surf is in Rumson, NJ, and lacks the new place's sweeping views of the Statue of Liberty, Verrazano Narrows Bridge, Lower Manhattan and Brooklyn. Barbecue is sold to eat in or take out. 37 Navy Pier Court, Staten Island. Irby, Stapleton, Staten Island, 718-273-2701. SurfRestaurants.com. Court Street Grocers. On the heels of the news that Caroline Fidenza's beloved Williamsburg, Brooklyn, sandwich counter, Salty, will close at the end of this week, come happy tidings for sandwich aficionados. Ms. Fidenza reached out to Court Street Grocers, purveyors of dozens of sandwich combinations in 3 locations, and now Eric Finkelstein and Matt Ross, the partners in Court Street, will move in to replace Salty by early March without making drastic changes in the vest pocket space. They'll layer ingredients like soft scrambled eggs, pork roll, a New Jersey specialty, anchovies, meatloaf, American cheese, roasted broccoli, and you name it on ciabatta, hero rolls, and more. Mr. Finkelstein said they were also considering expanding the sweets they offer, since those were a big draw for Salty customers. 378 Metropolitan Avenue, Havemeyer Street, Williamsburg, Brooklyn, CourtStreetGrocers.com Pier 57. This highly anticipated project, a huge global collection of food kiosks meant to fill a vast pier at 15th Street and the Hudson River, has been cancelled. Anthony Bourdain, the chef and television personality, had been spearheading it, with RXR Realty and Associates, the pier's developers. Mr. Bourdain said in an email that he would not be continuing his efforts in that location. "I gave it my best shot," he said, "but it did not appear to be shaping up either the way I had hoped or within a reasonable amount of time." Over the past many months, there had been reports of problems, among them the resignation of Stephen Werther, the chief executive and Mr. Bourdain's partner, as well as difficulties in obtaining visas for vendors coming from abroad. When asked whether he was looking at other locations, Mr. Bourdain said, "Yes, from time to time, but with no sense of urgency." Follow NYT Food on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and Pinterest. Get regular updates from NYT Cooking, with recipe suggestions, cooking tips, and shopping advice.